Good evening, good morning to those of you in America and anywhere else around the world. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you are well. My name is Lucy Davis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are we, ladies and gents? Are we doing okay? Can you let me know in the chat that you can hear me okay? Let me know that all is good in your world. I can see that there's a lot of people that are out there that are bloody freezing. And I have to be honest with you, I've been pretty cold today too, but you know, I'm actually getting quite used to this cold weather. definitely getting a little bit more used to it. So ladies and gents, how are we on this beautiful Monday evening? I feel as if I've been gone absolutely ages, but I believe I was with you live just last week. So not too sure why I feel as if it's been a long time. Before we crack on with today, please do go and share this in my Facebook group, Self Love Club with Lucy Davis, if you're on Facebook. If you are on YouTube, please do remember to hit the thumbs up button so that people can hear. And basically, when we hit the thumbs up or hit the love heart button, basically what happens is the algorithms go, this is Lucy. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to share it with lots of people. So please do, if you can, go share it with anywhere that you can. If you want to go and pop it in Telegram groups or anything like that, please do it. I absolutely appreciate and love each and every one of you for the shares that you give. Hi Irene, I hope you're well. Hey Teresa, hey Becky, hi Carol, hi Justina. Oh my gosh, we've got it all going on today, haven't we? It's all going on, ladies and gents. It's all going on. We know that it takes a few minutes to build. Now, I want to share a little story because we all know that we love Lucy's bedtime stories. And I want to share a little story with you guys before we go into the content of today. And I've got a few things that I want to say to you guys, actually. First and foremost, hey, Linz, darling, I hope you're okay. First and foremost, I have had probably the most amazing weekend that I have had in as long as I can remember. I've actually been forced to take a bit of a weekend this weekend, and I am so freaking grateful for it. Although I look a bit tired right now, I've just had the most magical weekend. I found myself in Bath, and the Christmas markets were there and things like that. And for those of you that know me well, you know that I'm an absolute Scrooge and I don't do stuff like that. But my goodness, did I have so much love this weekend by being in this beautiful setting of pure divine love, pure divine energy. And for those of you on Conscious Conversations, you're going to hear about the energy work that I got up to this weekend because it was a pretty intense one, to say the least. So if you guys aren't in Conscious Conversations, you guys need to get in there if you want to hear about my wonders and the kind of mischief that I get up to on a day-to-day basis and a week-to-week basis when I disappear for weeks at a time. Then do get over there. Hi Mira, darling, I hope you're well. Hi Hayley, I need to drop you a message, babe, about Wednesday evening. Keep Wednesday evening free if you can. I don't know if Claire's messaged you about it, but we're doing something in Bournemouth. In fact, why don't I mention it here? So for those of you who have been keeping a beady little eye on me over the last few months and witnessing the momentum that I'm getting with the Rebel movement, I'm actually going to be doing an event in Bournemouth on Wednesday evening this week coming. Oh no, the week that we're in. Sorry, I'm not quite with it still. At 7 p.m. UK time, we're going to be in 1812 in Bournemouth. And Claire and I are basically going to be holding space and we're going to be chatting all things health, wealth and community. So if you are in the local Bournemouth area and you fancy coming to get a big squeeze from me, like Hayley will, Hayley, if you need me to grab you, babe, just let me know and I'll come and grab you. Not a problem at all. Or like Claire or I, one of us will come and grab you. But yeah, just like if you're in the area and you just fancy coming to see what it's all about and or even just to hang out and have a chat, we are going to be doing this because I'm going to break a few hearts now. I'm going to break a few hearts, ladies and gents. I will be leaving the UK imminently. It's time for the little wanderess to get her butt in gear and go create some magic elsewhere. So I know some of you are going to be brokenhearted, but by this time next week, I will be in a different location. I will be in a different country. Don't blame me when the rain starts. don't you be calling me, telling me, Lucy, it's hammering it down, because we've actually had really amazing weather for the last 6 weeks when I've been here. And I have literally been in Wales, I've been in England, I've been in like all over the place. I've been in Ireland, and the weather wherever I have been has been absolutely amazing. And as you guys know, when I leave to go off on my merry journey, Gaia cries a little bit, and basically what happens off the back of that is we have a little bit of flooding, we have a little bit of rain, we have a little bit of people not being happy with the weather. So she's obviously already crying that well, there you go then, Derek. Frozen tears, my friend. Like that's taken it to a whole new level. Did you just see that orb that just flew across? Wild. So anyway, like I'm saying, I'm going to be vacating the United Kingdom probably at the weekend. I literally have had the best time being back here. I knew that I was going to be back here for 3 weeks, but it's turned into 6 weeks, and I've managed to get so much beautiful work done, and I just feel so privileged to have been able to spend really beautiful time with a number of you. Obviously, I was back doing the work for Soul School. I got the energies aligned for that. Obviously, we did the most amazing Soul School, and ladies and gents, the venue has been locked down. Oh yeah, we are in business for Soul School 4. The venue is locked down. The theme, the momentum, the way that it's going to go now has been laid. It's all been, everything has been set up, and we are just really, really, really excited to start communicating with you. I need to hand some stuff over to my website, Beautiful Girl. I don't know if she's on here tonight, but I need to hand some stuff over to her, and then the tickets will be out with you guys. What I basically want to happen is, as soon as you've bought your tickets, you get the hotel information instantly. If you want to wear a swimming costume to Soul School 4 in March, that's completely down to you, my girl. I'm not going to stop anything. If you want to do whatever you want to do, I am not going to be showing up in my bikini, just so you know. I'm keeping that private. But if you want to do that, then that's completely up to you. But we have the most incredible space, and we have like, you guys will never guess it. So don't even go there. You guys will never guess it, because you know what it's like with me. There is always twists and tails to the story, because whatever Lucy Davis human wants is not actually what ends up happening. So it's very, very fascinating. I've been on a wild journey the last few days, and to say that today was pure magic, it was pure magic. So I'm not going to be announcing the venue where we will be holding it until, as always, a few days before. I will be giving you the hotels, I will be giving you the kind of area that it's in, but I'm not going to be giving you anything else other than that. You guys know why I do this. And today has been divine, like as every day is in my beautiful little world. Today has been absolutely divine. And I wanted, when I woke up this morning, I was like, what shall I talk about? Like, what shall I talk about tonight on this video? Because I'm in a place at the moment whereby a lot of people are coming to me and sharing information with me, and they're asking my opinions on things. And those of you that know me, even if you're my coaching clients, I don't ever give my advice. Like I ask questions to get you to where you need to be. And so this is why tonight I just thought, you know what, I'm going to share some opinions. I'm going to go all in and share some opinions. But before I do that, ladies and gents, what I want to share with you is a few things. So today is the 27th of November. Tomorrow, the 28th of November, there's a few very important things that are taking place, ladies and gents. First things first, we have the full moon. If you have not gone and checked out my full moon update, please do go and do that. I had a message from a very beautiful lady today who, unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to meet. And, the divine basically sorted it. So I crossed her path in one way, shape or form. And she ended up getting a copy of my book. And she messaged me and she's like, oh my God, I've just watched your full moon update on YouTube. Oh my goodness gracious me. Please, 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 if you have not gone and watched that video and you believe in energy, please go and watch it. I don't know why or how I have become so aligned with the different energies, but I have. So what I'm going to be doing is, tomorrow is full moon. Okay. What I'm going to be doing is I'm probably tonight, after I finish my calls, if I get the opportunity, I'm going to be filming the December energy update. Okay. That's what I'm going to be doing. So we are in for such a rocket, ladies and gents. Like, literally, we're in for such a rocket, and we have got so many opportunities presenting themselves to us right now. But it's very much around authenticity. It's very much about allowing ourselves to be the person that we know we are at our core. And there are still very many people out there that are, you know, they're having the carrot dangled, and they're going for the carrot rather than actually being authentic. So this moon is really going to bring a lot to the surface for us. It's going to be buoyant, it's going to be feisty, it's going to be fast. I don't know about you guys, but has anyone kind of noticed how bloody fast the time is going? I mean, does linear time even exist anymore? I don't know about you guys, but it's just been going so fast. You know, you blink and you miss it. Now, like I say, this weekend I have had the most magical weekend possible. And it's not just because I've been immersed in Christmas, because you guys know I'm not a big fan of that, but it has, it's going to go faster, Gina. Please no, it's going to go faster. It's going to get quicker. It's going to just be, you know, we literally blink and we're missing it right now. I feel like all the time I'm literally just like, okay, it's time for bed. Okay, it's time to get up. Oh, it's time for bed. It's time to get up. Literally, that's all I feel like I'm doing. You know, interesting. I was talking about Valentine's Day just yesterday, so it's interesting that you've mentioned that. So this weekend just gone, like I say, I had the most magical time, and I know that I've got some new followers off the back of this weekend. I've had some of the most magical, profound conversations that I have ever known take place this weekend. It has literally been like I have been placed in the most random, never random places, in the most like beautiful little restaurants and stuff, to have conversations that are going to change people's lives. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is not to show off or not to be arrogant or egotistical or anything like that. It's just to remind you, I need you guys to trust wherever you are being placed, like literally wherever you are being placed is the exact place where you are needed to be. Now, my ego, in fact, let me share a little story. Back in about July, Kevin will vouch for this for me. Back in about June or July, I knew that I had to go and do some work in a certain part of the UK. Like, I knew that I had to do it. And I was like, no, I'm too tired. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going there. Nope, not happening. And what happened is, again, in August, I was shown, you've got to go and do this. And I was like, nope, not doing it. It's like a 5-hour drive. I'm not doing it. I've done enough. You know, I was really pushing back on it. And, you know, it's always the time when you absolutely have to do it. But the thing is, every single time I just surrender and I go, you know what? I know I've got to do it. Gold takes place. Hey, Danny, babe, I hope you're okay. Gold takes place. Like, literal gold gets presented to you. I know what's going on around me tonight, right? It's going pop, 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 pop. So it's so interesting what's happening right now. It's like I'm a little electric ball of, I don't know what. I mean, I keep blowing things up still, but you know, I think that's just by the by at the moment. I really, really do. So like I was saying, this weekend I've been divinely placed in certain situations to make, you know, to help people on their journeys, to be placed so that we can, hey, darling, I hope you're okay. And we need to be surrendering to this a little bit more than we have been doing so far. There's an element of us. Thanks, babe. I'm the bomb, apparently, according to Gina on YouTube. I love that so much. So we need to be really, really recognizing how our ego is working. Now, I had a situation literally 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, this is what it is. And then my ego kicked in and I was like, oh no, that's close enough, that's good enough, and that's what I'm going to do. And of course, I'm always humbled, because the first thing that comes into my mind, the first response is always, without a shadow of a doubt, always the right response, because it always ends up being the one that takes place. So I need you guys to be recognizing right now, we are all bringing ourselves back online so much more. Our spiritual awakening. And let me know in the chat, guys, whether you are on Facebook. Hey, Christina, I love you. I love you. I love you. I will call you in the next few days. Babe, I promise. I promise. I promise. I will call you. I love you to the moon and stars, sweetheart. Fuck, do I have a lot to tell you, girlfriend? Oh my God, we're going to might even need a glass of wine for it, babe. And I know both of us don't drink, so that's going to be an interesting one. But like literally, I've got so much to fill you in on, girl. I'll call you at some point this week before I fly off. So we are at a period, and I want you guys to let me know in the chat if you resonate with this, like the spiritual awakening journey or the awakening journey or whatever you want to call it. I call it woo-woo. Like it's going to a whole new level right now, right? You know, I met a beautiful lady this morning and she was like, oh, I don't really believe in that kind of thing and yada, yada, yada. And by the time I left her, she was like, oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I get it. Like, I really, really, really do get it. You know, I absolutely understand it. So I just want to remind you guys, I just want to bring it up into your consciousness that the awakening journey is on a go faster at the moment. And lots of things are being brought up for us to be able to see. Yeah, I know. Emma, I love the fact that you witness it. You're like, oh, there's normal Lucy. Oh, there's Lucy channeling. I love that so much too, babe. I can kind of flip. It would almost be like I've got multi-personality disorder, right? Or bipolar or something like that, just being able to switch between. But it is, you're absolutely bang on, babe. Lucy, little Lucy pops through and then it's like, no, out the way, the channeling's coming through. I love that, Emma. Thank you. I just love the fact that people know where I'm at with everything. So for those of you on YouTube, you won't be able to see the Facebook comments, but because I'm using a platform where I can stream to 2 platforms, I can see all of the comments, which is absolutely incredible. So I can have banter with both of you guys on both. Normally Facebook are really, really, really quiet, but today we've got some gorgeous people on there commenting. So that's absolutely amazing. So the spiritual journey is on a go faster right now. We are on a rocket. We are stepping through, we are leveling up at every opportunity that we get. And some of our belief systems are being challenged to the max. Now, let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. I know for me personally, I'm really having to balance, straddle, I think is the best way, straddle the worlds right now. So I'm straddling speaking to people from a religious perspective. I'm straddling speaking to people from like a spiritual perspective. Then I'm straddling a perspective from like a source perspective, because everybody's got different outtakes. Everybody's got different opinions. Everybody's got different feelings and the way that they truly believe that their journey is on. And I just want to let you guys know that whatever journey you're on, you are absolutely where you are meant to be. Lizzie, don't encourage Winston Churchill to come through through me or Emma. It's like I'm channeling him a lot at the moment as well. So Jamie's put on YouTube, breakthroughs galore. My heart is exploding. Oh, that's beautiful to hear. That's really, really beautiful to hear. Maybe just like allow it to like, you know, just expand rather than explode, because you need your heart to stay alive. Like literally, you need your heart to stay alive. So just maybe just let it expand rather than explode, if that's okay. Hell of a journey. Yeah. You know, I've got to give it to anybody out there right now. Like, we are on a rocket. I cannot say to you, like, I know the journey that I've been on over the last 10 years, but I feel like I am clinging on for dear life right now. I'm on probably the most beautiful, intense, wild, fierce journey that I've ever had in my life. And I am loving every single second of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you. We like to change the language. But my point of this is, before we start looking at the relationships, before we start really talking about how we are going to be bringing in consciousness and how we're going to be really enabling that to come into our lives even more, we need to recognize that every single one of us is at a different place, right? Now, I trust whatever faith people have, that is where they are. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need to be right. Like, I always talk about source. I had a lovely conversation with Jo Joyce's mum very recently, actually. And she said to me, Lucy, why do you use the word source rather than God? You know, I grew up in the church, so I use the word God. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely amazing, babe. For me personally, I go to source because I go to like the creator. That's why I use that word. And I truly believe, again, this is just my perspective, so it doesn't mean that I'm right. I'm just sharing it. There are many different gods. Some are good, some are bad, some are ugly. But there's many different people that are looking at the different gods. So which is why I go to what I believe is before God, and that is source. Okay, that's like the creator. Okay, like I'm saying, I'm not saying I'm right. This is just my perspective in the way that my brain works. I am definitely riding the cosmic dragon, sweetheart. That is definitely what I'm doing. I have been riding that dragon all weekend. It's been wild. The dragon has literally been there. I feel like I'm where I'm meant to be physically to get me where I'm heading to spiritually. Dave, I love that. That is such a beautiful perspective. And I love what you've said there. Some people say tomato sauce and some people say ketchup. Same, but different, right? God, source, Allah, any of these things, it is exactly where you need to be. Let's not get caught up in semantics. Let's not get caught up in any further division than that is already taking place on the planet. We do not need to divide anymore, ladies and gents. What we need to be doing is going, hey, hang on a minute. How can I help unite? How can I bring us together? How can I really be the epitome of unification so that everybody else around me can witness what that is like? And I'm just going to call it, right? Soul School was a really freaking great example of that. People from all walks of life came to Soul School. Some believe in God, some believe in whatever. You know, some are spiritual, some are Christian, some are Muslim. Like, it doesn't matter what your belief system is. If you truly believe in love and you truly believe in authenticity, then it doesn't matter where that comes from. It's about you owning who you are. And this is a very important step into being able to create conscious relationships in 2023 or 2024. Ladies and gents, now I'm going to swear a little bit. So, you know, I'll try not to use too many naughty words, but I'm going to use a Lucyism right now. How many of you in 2023 feel like you have been pushing shit up a hill where relationships are concerned? I'm talking intimate relationships. I'm talking working relationships. I'm talking friendships. I'm talking parent-child relationships. I'm talking, you know, all sorts of things like that. You know, any kind of relationship that you have with anybody. How many of you have felt like, oh my God, this is hard work, like running in treacle? Like literally you're pushing shit up a hill and it's all splashing back in your face and you're like, what on earth is with me? Like, what is going on? Why is this resistance taking place? Like, what on earth is happening here? Why are my people not hearing me? Like, I'm sure I'm talking the same language, you know? Okay, so we're getting comments over both platforms like, oh my goodness, yes, this is exactly what's been happening. Yes, definitely. You know, that's one way of putting it. Like a dung beetle, siblings and family. Now my wife has had her awakening. We are stronger than ever, but my goodness, it was so hard for a minute. Exactly. And I love the fact that we are starting to recognize that we're actually, even the person that we're sleeping in bed with, sometimes we're on a completely different level to them. And it doesn't mean that we cannot take that forwards. It does not mean that we cannot resolve that. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But we need to recognize we have been pushing shit up a hill, ladies and gents. Myself, like I opened the hands and let the shit go straight in my face this year, ladies and gents. You know, like literally, I have let it happen this year. Why? Because it needed to happen. I love that. Big time shit, but learning to swim in it, darling. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. I absolutely love that. So let's roll it back, ladies and gents. Thank you, Hayley. I appreciate that. So Hayley's put on Facebook, I love your way with words. Listen, I am probably one of the most brutal human beings you will ever meet. I will call a spade, but let me be clear with you. My heart is expansive enough and enlightened enough. And I'm probably going to get emotional tonight because I've been crying most of the day today, ladies and gents. I just want to let you guys know that. Like, I really want to let you know that. My heart is expansive enough. And I feel as if I have had this really beautiful journey this year so that I can share with you guys my perspective on relationships in 2023. Moving into 2024. Now, 2023 has very much been about figuring out who you are, figuring out what your voice sounds like. Now, we've been having that for a number of years now. If you look back to when lockdown started, we actually started questioning whether we were in alignment with our friends, questioning if we were in alignment with our partner, questioning if we were in alignment with our family members even. Now, some of us were lucky. We were completely aligned with our family members and our friends and our loved ones, but other people realized very quickly that they weren't aligned at all. And for me, this is a gift that we got given 3 years ago. Nearly 4 years ago, let's be honest. It'll be 4 years when we do the next soul skill. How weird is that? How quickly has time gone? We had to create the awakening journey, to actually allow us to start raising in frequency. We actually had to go through that period of isolation. We had to start recognizing that we had sacrificed who we were to be who people wanted us to be. We don't need people to get it. That's the whole point. We had to have that particular situation to start the awakening journey. However, now it doesn't matter where we're at. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I actually feel the people that took a different medical choice to me back then, and where I am right now, we're probably more aligned than the people that are judgy James in the middle. Like, I've said this a few times over the last few weeks. Like, I actually think that there's a real disparity about what's going on, and the people that are standing there pointing the fingers are actually, they're showing you who they are. We're not here to divide, ladies and gents, but we had to learn what division felt like. We had to learn what it felt like to find our voice. Because if we didn't find our voice, then how are we going to create the conscious businesses that we want? How are we going to create the conscious friendships that we want? How are we going to create the conscious relationships, intimate relationships that we want? And this is why we had to be stripped bare, ladies and gents. We had to have every single belief system of ours challenged. We had to remember what it was like to be laughed at, to be told that you're crazy, to be shunned, to be stunned, and actually be okay with that. Now, a lot of people, if you think back to between 2020 and 2022, a lot of people went into victim mode. A lot of people went into, oh, well, I'm just going to shut up and put up. I'm not going to speak my truth because people are going to shun me. People are going to shoot me down. Fuck me. I lost my Facebook channel. Excuse my French in saying that, by the way, but I lost my Facebook channel with 36,000 followers on because I was talking about paedophilia and I was talking about human trafficking. Now, why on earth would you take somebody's channel down that is raising consciousness on those horrific situations? But that's what happened. So I had to learn the resilience of how do I make a comeback from that? How do I go and find all of these beautiful star seeds and light workers around the world? And it was a case of, you know what? You can take my Facebook channel, but you can't take my voice. So now I'm going to rise up. And when I came back, I took about a year off of Facebook at that point. When I came back, I didn't have that desire or that need to be heard on these subjects anymore, because what I had got, and I still speak about it, and I'm doing a lot of work about it. So I'm not actually saying that I've actually changed the message, because I haven't. But what I've done is I've come back with the love in my heart, because you know what? When I'm angry, when I'm stomping the streets and I'm leading the protests around London like I was doing, actually, I'm easier to manipulate than when I'm in pure divine love. When I'm in pure divine love, nothing, and I mean nothing, can challenge me. And some of you guys have witnessed this with me. You know, I have been in a space of pure divine love, and this is people that are close to me, admittedly, but some of you have seen this firsthand. I'm in pure divine love, and then some sort of demon will pop up his head, rear its ugly head, and try and get me to step into fear or step into anger or step into hate or step into a lower vibration. but I just don't do it. I just don't do it. It doesn't mean that I don't have balls of steel and that I'm not prepared to stand up and speak my truth, or that I'm prepared to go toe to toe with somebody. I just do it in a very different manner these days. Nobody can take your voice. And this is why, to be able to create conscious relationships, because I'm still on this, ladies and gents, I haven't gone off on a tangent, although I probably sound like I have been going off on a tangent. We've had to be stripped bare. We've had to be able to recognize the trauma that we have created within us, the nonsense that we've allowed around us, the settling that we have been doing. Like, oh my goodness gracious me, the memo around settling. How many of you have realized that you were settling in friendships? They were all one way. They were energy vampires. And, you would leave them and be like, oh my God, I'm absolutely knackered. Rather than, now maybe you're leaving people and you're like, oh my God, I'm flying. I'm absolutely flying. I feel great. I feel alive. I feel connected. And maybe you're not seeing different people every single day, but when you do see people, you're like, that's what it's about. Now, I actually met up with a beautiful, beautiful friend of mine who, by the way, my radio show is starting this Wednesday. I had to postpone it for a few weeks because I've been on the road, but it's this Wednesday. The introductory show with me, Lucy Davis on Kind of Sound, is going to be there. And I actually met the girl who runs the radio show last week. And we both said after we'd seen each other, like, we were buzzing. We were literally buzzing. We'd had such an amazing, beautiful connecting time, the conversations that we had. And I looked back to some of the friendships that I clung on to for such a long time. I was clinging on to friendships that didn't serve me. Excuse me, just belching away over here. God knows what it is, but yeah, just, having a little burp over here. I was clinging on to friendships for so many years, through the whole period of time where I wrote the period of time that I refer to in my book. I was clinging on to friendships that didn't serve me. I was clinging on to friendships because I didn't want to stay in on my own on a Friday night. Now I'm like that. Oh my God, give me my space. Oh my God, let me have a chamomile tea and let me just be whatever. Did you see that orb just come straight through the front of me? Like, this is how you evolve when you actually allow yourself to be calm and be still and actually allow yourself to be immersed in you. All of a sudden, the clarity of what you would like in your life and what you're going to be choosing going forwards appears. Now, as you go through this journey, ladies and gents, what happens is you strip everything down, you start to get in alignment. I'm very, very, very lucky in the sense that I have a group of friends around me who are my family. Fact. I have a group of people around me. Now, this is 10 years in the making, ladies and gents. These bloody orbs tonight, they're all over the place, aren't they? And I've got the blurry background on, so God knows. Look at them. Shit the bed. This girl's on fire. She's on fire. So anyway, sorry to get distracted by the energy, but I always do. And I always will do. I get so excited. Even though I've been doing this for donkey's years now, I still get bloody excited when the orbs all pop up and the fairies come out to play and the dragons and, the interdimensionals and stuff like that. So sorry, not sorry, one of those ones. So, yeah, I know. That's what we'll do next time. I love it. I absolutely love it. I need someone sat here watching me, don't I, to just pop the noises on. I'm really, really lucky. Like I say, for the last few years, I have had what I call my family around me. Like, they are my literal family. I feel so privileged that they have my back no matter what. But then what happens is we get sent a distraction. We get sent a distraction to check whether we are really in alignment with what it is. Now, I'm okay, and I admit this, right? We all get sent things that we believe are everything that we've ever looked for. And we get sent that right before the reality, the real, the truth, everything that it is that you are looking for. I need you to hear this point, ladies and gents. If you do not tell the universe what it is that you are looking for in a friendship, in an intimate relationship, in a relationship with your parents, in a relationship with your child, in a relationship with anybody, your work colleagues, your, like, for me, it's my head coach, it's my assistant, it's my coaches. Like, if you don't give the universe a shopping list of the way that you want these relationships to work, ladies and gents, how do you think Source, God, Allah, the divine universe is going to be able to provide for you? Most of us are out there and we are literally going, oh, yeah, this person's cool. Yeah, I'm going to hang out with them. But at no point do you actually say, right, does this person have the same values as me or similar values? Can our values work together? How is this person going to react if I put boundaries in place? And this could be friendships or anything like that. This could be work. This, like, literally, you can turn this into any area of your life. Does this person love themselves? Does this person have self-worth? Because you know what? Like, I don't want... Now, I'm going to talk about it from an intimate relationship perspective, if that's okay with you guys, because me and my friends mirror each other. Like, I only have people in my life who fill my cup up. Likewise, I fill their cup up. It is a reciprocal energy that we've got going on. Why is that? Because I know exactly what I want from my friends. I know exactly what I need from my friends. I know exactly what the expectation is from all of us. And there is no expectation. That's a beautiful thing about it. It's literally just, we are energy exchanging constantly. Now, I've never made a secret of this. As far as intimate relationships are concerned, that is my healing. You know, I've never made a secret of this. I've healed my physical body. I've healed the issues that I've had around, like, being a bloody workaholic, you know, all the alcohol, all of the drugs, all of that stuff. Like, I have nailed all of that. And I feel so freaking amazing in that area. I know that I've nailed my friendships, and, you know, they didn't used to be reciprocal. It used to be very one-sided. I learned that with unconditional love and with me standing in my truth and me speaking my truth, that the ones that weren't destined for me would start to fade away, you know. And like, I've made no secret of, when I stopped taking drugs, like recreational drugs, and when I stopped drinking, I lost all of my friends because I was boring all of a sudden. And that's why I created the Rebel movement, because I was like, shit, I need people around me who are on my wavelength. And it was the only way that I knew how to do that. And thank God it worked. And thank God these people are still around me. And thank God I'm just recreating it again for the second time round. For those of you that are involved in it, you know what I'm talking about. We've got 100 people all around the world that are tight like this. Like, we are tight. So I know all of that. But then comes in the intimate relationships. And I made no secret through last year. I was very clear with what I wanted. I was very clear. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was ready for. I knew what I was capable of doing, but I was shit scared. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was shit scared. And then I manifested a relationship, which was the relationship that I knew had to take place. I've just got a really high-pitched ringing coming in my ear because the source is just talking to me right now. So they sometimes think it's fun to put a really high-pitched ringing in my ear. I wish you guys could hear it, but it's like literally the highest pitch. It's how I imagine dogs are to the whistles that get used. Anyway, I'm talking the truth is basically what they're saying. I truly believe that when we know that we are, oh, Dee, of course I was scared. Of course I was scared, but I knew that I had to face it. Like, I'm never going to lie and say that I wasn't scared back then. Like, I knew that this was going to be the wildest ride of my life, because I was like, shit, I have put off intimate relationships for 6 years. Like, 6 years, I have put all relationships on hold. You know, since the man that healed my heart, I put everything on hold. Like, I wasn't prepared to go there. And then all of a sudden I was like, right, I'm going to go there. Now, I know this because I teach you guys this. As soon as you are ready, you get a test from the universe, don't you, ladies and gents? Like, how many of you have said, right, this is what's happening now? And then you get the biggest test of your life. And thankfully, I recognized that, and I was grateful for that. And I loved that so much. Like, genuinely, guys, I loved it. I can't say I liked it at the time, but looking back now, I'm so grateful for everything that I've been through. But I know that that was the test before the real. I know that that was. Why do I know that that was? because I was able to refine certain things in that shopping list that I had. I was able to connect to my heart and say, look, Lucy, like, I know that hurt you, but now we've got clarity. Emotional intelligence and emotional availability has to be up there in the top. And it wasn't even on my list before. It wasn't on my list. Because I just expected that to be a thing with the kind of people that I hung around. Literally. I expected it. I expected everybody to get it. And ladies and gents, everybody doesn't get it. And this is why, no way am I scared now, Dee. Oh my goodness gracious me, no way am I scared now. I am so comfortable with where I am at. My heart is so beautifully alive. And I have never, ever, 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 ever in my life felt like I do right now. I love that I went through what I went through earlier this year. I love the fact that I threw a bomb in my life earlier this year, because right now, the way that I am feeling, and I know that this is never going to change, I am literally in the place where I thought I was back then. Oh yeah, Dee, honestly, you don't need to worry, sweetheart. I am a different woman to the woman that I was back then. I am so in love with everything that I have been through, and I am so in love with what I know I am destined for. And the only reason I know that, and guys, like I say, pop this in alignment with any of the relationships you're creating, friendships, parent relationships, whatever that is. You know, whatever that is, please, please, please just put it into the context of wherever you're at right now. I'm just sharing this because this is the healing for me. This is the last piece of the puzzle for me. I know it is. So I'm sharing that, and I'm glad you can hear it. Juanita, I have been crying my little heart out all day today because of how much love I feel in my heart, how ready I know that I am to go to the next level, how ready I am, and I know that he's there. Like, I know. And it's because I have an undeniable clarity on what it is that I'm looking for. And this is something that I would really like each and every one of you to get your heads around. What do you want? Like, really, truly, deeply, what do you want at your core? Do you want to feel love like you've never felt in your life? Do you want to have a communicative, open, beautiful, loving relationship? Or do you want it to look good on paper? Because it looked good on paper and it wasn't for me. Now, I'm not putting that other person down. That other person is, I'm no question, he will go on to have an amazing relationship with somebody at some point. But for me, it wasn't enough. It wasn't deep enough. I don't want superficial. I am way too intense for superficial. I know exactly what I want and who I want. I think I've just answered your question, Lisa. I know exactly who he is. I know exactly what he looks like. I know exactly the way that it's going to pan out. Like, and I don't have 1 ounce of fear in any cell in my body, which is why I wanted to talk to you about this tonight, because I am absolutely certain that now my shopping list has been imprinted in the quantum field. It's been received back in my heart. It's been taken out of my hands. And literally, the universe is going to deliver him with a beautiful little bow, like a beautiful Christmas present. I know that. I could freak out. What if it's the same as the last person? What if? I have not even 1 ounce of that in my body. I'm going to get emotional. Hold it together, Davis. Hold it together. Until you know exactly what it is you want, you are not going to be getting it, ladies and gents. And then as soon as you see it and you know that it's that, don't settle. As soon as you know that it isn't something, please, please, no, don't settle. Don't let your ego fuck up a really amazing thing. Because what if this is like the last person? And this is why I say to you, Dee, I know with every cell in my body, I know that this cuts different. My heart is literally so expansive right now. Some of you have messaged me saying, Lucy, the unconditional love that I got from you at Soul School has changed my entire existence. You've got to choose it, ladies and gents. You can't settle, because if you settle, and how many of us have settled? I've settled. Most of you guys have settled somewhere along the line, whether that's for a career, whether it's for a partner. Like, I've settled. Lisa, that's the thing, babe. I know I deserve it now. I know I deserve it. And that's why I know I'm going to get it. I know, like, and it might sound arrogant to some people. It might sound egotistical to some people, but I know exactly what a conscious relationship looks and feels like. And I am going to make sure that I live in alignment with it. I'm not blagging it behind closed doors. I walk my talk daily. I show up daily for me, because I know if behind closed doors I'm sabotaging and I'm thinking, what if it happens like last time? What if it happens like this? I know I'm going to call that in. So I'm choosing me. And the answer to every single one of you looking for conscious friendships, conscious relationships, conscious partnerships, conscious sex, conscious conversations is by you knowing who you are, what you would like for your life, what your heart desires, and knowing that you deserve it. Now, the amount of people that have come to me and said, I never knew what it felt like until you put your hands on me at Soul School, or until you did that heart activation at Soul School. This is why I do it. Because I have been holding a love within me. I've been holding a love within me, and I've been keeping it to myself for such a long time. And it was time to share it forwards. I'm not the same person I was 3 weeks ago. I'm not. And I'm okay to admit that. 2 weeks ago at Soul School, I was a different person to the one that I am now. Every single day, I'm open to evolving. I'm open to being that divine being of love. And when you are that divine being of love, the only thing that you will accept around you, the only thing that you will allow, whether it's your husband, your wife, your friends, your children, will be pure divine love. Be prepared for the tests. Be prepared to shift when the tests take place. Because if you settle and you sit there, I'm not saying walk away at the first hurdle. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, please recognize if you are settling, if there are red flags. Notice the red flags in yourself. What are you saying? And this is the thing. I will never, ever, ever tell somebody I love them if I don't mean it. Ever. And when people say to me, how do you tell these people at your seminar that you love them? Because I do. I've got unconditional love within me. But when I tell that person I love them, they are going to know it is a different kind of love. It is the love. Because I have the love. I hold the love that I deserve to receive for myself. Tez, my darling, I don't know how long you've been following me, but I'm sending you a massive virtual hug, darling. I am. I don't know, like, I'm going to get really emotional. This year, you guys have seen the best of me and the worst of me. You saw me have to disappear. You saw me have to just literally go in and really, really evaluate why I called that journey in. I don't have any fear about it anymore. And I know I'm never going to need to feel that fear again. Ever. So for wherever you are on your journey right now, like literally wherever you are on your journey right now, I want you to know it's going to get better. I just need you to keep on keeping on. We are on such an incredible, powerful, beautiful train of love. And you know what? The best bit is there's enough room for every single one of us. Every single one of us. But please don't come to me saying, I've had this happen and that happened. Because it just means that you're not clear on what it is that you deserve. You're not clear that you know that you are worthy of the most beautiful, pure, divine love, because at somewhere over here in the back of your mind, there is something that is sabotaging that happiness. And I see that little thread that sabotaged my happiness last time round. And I am never, ever, ever, ever going to let that happen again. Because I deserve it. I genuinely deserve it. I deserve a love like I've been talking to you guys about. And it's not just talk. I feel it. I know it. I see it. Every day I believe that I deserve it because I do. So we've got to get clear. We've got to get clear. Don't worry about the who. The who will present itself at the most random times and be the most unexpected pleasure and be the most wonderful, grateful surprise that you will ever have in your life. Just trust you are deserving of it. Get that list together. Know what it is that you're after in every area of your life. It's not selfish to know what it is that you choose. And when you get the tests, refine it. Don't be sad. Don't be upset about it. Don't be hurt by it. This is the universe saying, hey, I know you're going to settle for this, so I'm going to create some shit for you right now because that isn't good enough for you. Like, I'm going to divert you over here so that you can get truly what you deserve. My wish for all of you guys is that you just stop settling. We don't need to do it anymore. I've got to love a fucking live where I cry all the time, innit? I haven't done one of these for a while. Set yourself some standards today, not tomorrow, not next week. Do it today. Don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about where you're going to meet them. Trust me, time, distance, location, fucking realm doesn't even, none of that will get involved. When you are supposed to meet that person is going to present themselves to you. I love that, Jackie. Settling is so last season. I fucking love it. She's put last century, but I've just gone one more. So last season. You're right, baby. It is. Danny, you deserve it, babe. You deserve it. And there's that thing that we spoke about at Soul School, and that little self-worth thing. And that is what's stopping you. And I know you're happy and I know you're cool and I know all the rest of it, but that is what is stopping you. And this is where we just need to go that little bit deeper. Ladies and gents, I literally stripped myself bare in April and May. And Christina, who's on here now, she held space for me through 5 weeks, the worst 5 weeks of my life at that period. You know, like it was hell. And Christina held space for me and she loved on me and she literally just helped me get through a situation that I never thought I'd recover from, ever. I never thought my heart would be put back together. I never thought my physical body would recover from the miscarriage and everything else. And here I am sitting here saying to you, I've never been happier. I've never been more aligned. I've never trusted more. I've never relinquished the answers more. Like, I just don't need to know. Because I know. And I literally cannot wait to disappear off with that gorgeous hunk of a man to Bora Bora, Gina, and cement the rest of our lives together. You know? Because I know I deserve it. And every single one of you watching this live now, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're watching it on YouTube, you deserve it. You deserve it. And between us all, we're going to create this shift across the world that helps every relationship become conscious. Now, if you have children, get them writing down their wish lists. It's not just about what do you want for Christmas? What do you want from your friends? Let's normalize this. Gosh, if I had children, I would be sitting down with them being like, right, what are the qualities you love about in people? How would you like to shape your life for the future? I mean, obviously you'd need to change the language, but because you're all adults in here, I want to share it with you. Like, this is the conversations I would be having with my children. This is so important. We need to teach them that you do not have to settle. You don't have to settle for shitty relationships, shitty friendships, bullying in the playground. No. My little mini me said to me, this is my bestest life ever. I love that. Exactly. You know, this is what we came down here to do. So let's not forget about it. Have these conversations with your loved ones. Sit down with your husband tonight. Sit down with your partner tonight and be like, baby, what can I do to make this better? How can we improve what we've got? What qualities do you love in me? And what qualities do we need to work on together? Like, how are we going to evolve this? How are we going to continue to rise in this frequency shift that's taking place? Openness, honesty, truth, conscious conversations. Why do you think my monthly subscription is called Conscious Conversations? Because this is it. We don't need the bullshit. We need conscious conversations. We need love. We need to speak heart to heart. We need to speak eyeball to eyeball, which is why, as much as I probably will do some soul schools online, like as little introductions or something, you guys are never going to escape me from doing in-person soul schools, because I want to be eyeball to eyeball with you. I want to look you in the eye and tell you how precious you are and how loved that you are and how valuable that you are on this planet. And you guys can sit here and watch me, and you can watch the orbs bobbing around and all the rest of it. And that's great on a Monday night. But there is nothing more than getting a hug from somebody who is literal unconditional love. Literally, the mother love channels me when I do these things, which is how I help you guys shift as quickly as we do. I think that's enough emotion for one day. Fuck, I've been crying all day today. Oh, I hope this has helped some of you. I know it got a little bit emotional there and a little bit, you know, tender, but I hope you get the memo. I hope that you feel it deep within your soul. I hope that you've got that activation in your heart. You don't need to be, you know, hiding behind closed doors. You don't need to be pretending that this stuff isn't happening. You know, like, it's okay if it goes wrong, or the perception of it going wrong. Because let me tell you, I'm going to be cheering for you when it goes right. I'm going to be cheering for you, Danny, Jax, everybody else, when you call me up and you say, you know what, I found the partner of my dream. Like, that person that I had on my shopping list has manifested. Lizzie, can't wait for this to happen for you. D, can't wait for it to happen to you. And I know some of you are like, oh, I don't want that. But come on, guys, let's get a grip. We all want love. Let's stop bullshitting, because whenever we say, I don't want love, you're pushing it away. I've wanted love since I split up with my ex 6-7 years ago, however many years ago now. It doesn't mean I was going to go for anything. But it doesn't mean that I haven't stopped having that feeling of, when the right person comes along, my God, are they going to get it? Juanita, that love feeling from Soul School is the most precious. I love it. I could do Soul School every day. If I had the energy, I would do it every single day, my babe. I hope you're going to come over. I hope you're going to come over in March for the next one. Lucy, I know it's a bit off subject, but what is happening with the whales? They're starting to rise up in huge numbers. They're on a similar mission to the dragons. Yes, they are. And the whales, so I've been talking about the water for a very, very, very long time. And we are going to see some uprising from the water, is what I'm going to say. I actually channeled, my team would tell you, about 18 months ago, I channeled something uprising from the water. And it's fair to say, Jane, that we are in that period of time. We are in that period of time. I will share more. I don't think it's appropriate for me to do it right now at this moment, but I will be talking about it more, babe. So keep an eye on my social media and stuff, and I will talk about this. The dragon energy, the water energy, everything is being brought up. Now, remember, I know it's challenging, but wherever there is death, remember that that beautiful creature or that person has given their contract to do that. Okay, now I know that this is harsh and it sounds cutthroat and all the rest of it, but please do remember that when I talk about this. It's very, very, very important. That whale knew exactly what it had to do. It knew what it had to do to be able to create the attention for what was required in readiness for what comes next. So as much as it's very sad on a human level and we cry, and I'm not saying don't do that, please do feel sad. You know, it's very healthy to have those emotions, but just be very aware of the much bigger picture that is taking place right now. I love you guys. I'm on my 5th life in dog unconditional love. Oh, I'm getting a dog. Just throwing it out there. I'm getting a dog, ladies and gents. Like, literally, I'm getting a dog. I've been talking about it for way too long. So in the new year, I'm getting a dog. You heard it here first. And watch out for the goats, because the goats are coming too. Had to finish on a high note. Ladies and gents, I freaking love you. Thank you for showing up for this week in, week out. I thought, oh, it'll be a short topic today, but absolutely nonsense. Absolute nonsense. She's here going on as long as she can. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you wherever our paths cross. And guys, please don't, please, oh, horses are given, Gina. Don't you worry about that, my babe. That's like first on the list. Please know that if you have love in your heart, then you can absolutely manifest it back into you. Please do not get tough. Please do not give up because somebody has hurt you. Like, if ever I am inspiration, it's this year. Like, I literally had my heart smashed to pieces by myself, admittedly, but it was, I smashed my own heart to pieces. And now things are very, very different. I love you. I love you. I love you. See you guys super soon. For those of you in the Soul School group, I will be in there live tomorrow to let you know the news on Soul School. All right. Mwah. Guys, take care. Have the most beautiful week, and I'll be back with you next week. Lots of love.